Detailed setup. So, the host machine is the actual physical computer where VirtualBox runs. The configuration we used are processor, that is Intel Core i5, and RAM 8 GB DDR4. Storage consists 500 GB SSD. Host operating system is Windows 10. Virtualization software is Oracle VirtualBox, which is a version of 7x. And software and resources used are Oracle VirtualBox, which is free and open source virtualization software, and Zorin OS ISO file, Windows 10 ISO file, and also Linux ISO file. Virtual machine setup steps are installing VirtualBox, creating a new virtual machine, allocating resources, installing guest OS, and also post installation steps, which will be further explained by Manushree.
This is the homepage of the Linux operating system where we installed using VirtualBox. Here we can see the home desktop it is similar to our normal Windows, and we have compared the boot time, system time using system monitor. Here you can see the system monitor. It shows CPU, memory and swap, network and disk. Windows 10 took around 35 seconds to boot and used more memory. Zorin OS booted faster and it took around 20 seconds and used less memory. It also looked very similar to Windows, making it user-friendly. So overall, Zorin OS and Linux performed faster and smoother, while Windows 10 gave better app compatibility and more modern interface. Hence, from this comparison, we can conclude that Linux-based systems like Zorin are lightweight and efficient, whereas Windows 10 is resource-heavy but more feature-rich. And next part will be continued by Anu.
Hello everyone. So now I will explain comparative evaluation of operating systems. First, resource usage. Windows 10 consumes more memory, RAM, and processing power due to numerous background services, system updates, and graphical effects. Zorin uses much lighter than Windows, optimized for smoother performance on older PCs and laptops. Other Linux distros extremely efficient with versions like GNU Ubuntu or Puppy Linux use minimal resources, ideal for older or lower spec systems. Second, boot time and responsiveness. Windows 10 boots moderately fast but tends to slow down with time as more software is installed. Zorin OS starts quickly and remains responsive even after long usage. Other Linux, known for excellent responsiveness, minimal startup services means faster boot time. Verdict: Linux based systems outperform Windows in speed and responsiveness. Third, software compatibility. Windows 10 has the highest compatibility for applications, especially Microsoft Office, Adobe Suite, AutoCAD, and most games. Zorin OS can run many Windows programs via Wine or Play on Linux, though not all work perfectly. Fourth, a user interface and ease of use. Windows 10, familiar to most users with its graphical interface, taskbar, and start menu. Zorin OS designed to look and feel like Windows, making it easy for beginners for those switching from Windows. Other Linux interfaces vary, some like Ubuntu are simple, while others like Arch Linux require technical knowledge. Fifth line, licensing and cost. Windows 10 paid software requiring a valid license key. Zorin OS offers a free version and pro version with premium features at a small cost. Other Linux completely free and open source with no licensing fees. Sixth best use case: Windows 10 suitable for everyday users, offices, gaming, and software that requires Windows only programs. Zorin OS perfect for users transitioning from Windows or for educational purpose on low-end hardware. Other Linux ideal for developers, network administrators, servers, and users who value security, customization, and speed. Overall comparison insights: Windows 10 is a feature rich and highly compatible OS but heavier on resources. Zorin OS bridges the gap between Windows and Linux, giving great performance and ease of use. Linux leads in flexibility, security, and efficiency, especially for development and server environments. Key takeaways: virtualization success. VirtualBox or similar tools allow multiple operating systems to run on a single machine for learning, testing, or comparison. Linux efficiency. Linux based systems perform better under limited hardware and are highly stable in virtual machines. Windows strength, despite being resource heavy, it remains the best for business applications and general users needing software support. OS depends on purpose. Windows for office, gaming, and proprietary software. Zorin OS for beginners and low end systems. Linux for programming, networking, and servers. For students and learning, using Linux is a virtual environment is a cost-effective, soft, safe for experimentation, and great for understanding operating system concepts. Thank you.
Challenging and limitations. It performs depends on host hardware. Virtual machines rely on the host computer like CPU, memory, or and other storage speed. If the host is weak or overload, all virtual machines slow down. Resource allocation issues like assigning a more CPU cores or RAM improves one virtual machine but limits others. Poor allocation can cause lag or system crashes. Software compatibility problems like some Windows only apps like may not run smoothly on Linux virtual machine or may need to like wine which can be reduced stability. Hardware emulation limits that virtual machine's hardware does not fully match real hardware. Limited GPU access affects the 3D running and gaming like graphics heavy apps. Performance overload. Running multiple virtual machines introduces extra process layers like efficiency compared to physical virtualization. Storage usage. Each virtual machine takes large disk space, especially when multiple OS are installed with updates and applications. Next, future work and improvements. Test more operating systems like try lightweight Linux, that is Puppy Linux, like for other or low space machines. Include Windows 11 testing. Compare system requirements, performance, and compatibility with the Windows 10. Run stress and workload test. Uses heavy software like video editing, programming IDE, or virtual services to identify VM performance limits. Next, collect detailed metrics. Use tools to monitor CPU, RAM, disk speed, and network latency inside each virtual machine. Evaluate snapshots and restore performance. Study how frequent snapshots and restore operations affect speed and reliability. Investigate virtual machine migration, that is, more virtual machines between local machines or to cloud services like AWS or Google Cloud. Energy efficiency study means analyzing how virtualization affects power usage on laptops or desktops. Next, conclusion. Here, project goal is to compare a different operating systems like Windows or Linux inside a virtual box and access their performance and usability. Main discovery means Zorin OS performed best overall, lightweight, fast, and easy to use within a limited hardware. Windows 10 performance heavier but other maximum software's compatibility and especially for Microsoft applications. Linux advantages like it is a free and stable, secure and ideal for educational or everyday use on virtual machines. Virtualization benefits. It allows a multiple OS on one computer, safely ideal for testing, learning, and software development. Practical recommendations is it is a use of lightweight Linux disturbance for general work and Windows 10 for compatibility with specialized apps. Final thought means virtualization saves money, increases flexibility, and enhances learning without needing of multiple computers. A reference means a Zorin OS official website. It provides official information, system requirements, documentation, and community support. The next tutorials point, that is a Windows 10 virtualization guide. It explains how to install and configuration virtual machines using VirtualBox. Oracle Virtualization Documentation. It officially user guide covering setup and hardware emulation and troubleshooting. Next, Microsoft documentation, a reference for Windows Activate licensing and virtualization support. Thank you.